We're about to get into a staple in any first aid kit and certainly found on the side of every sports field that I have ever played on. Deap heat, the smell alone conjures images of guys on a rugby field. No matter what sport you've played, you have 10 to 1 come into contact with deap heat. And here to explain to us exactly how it works and give us a few tips, Steve Mann, the CMO of the Deap Heat group of brands. Steve, thank you so much for joining us. Am I right in saying that this is a staple of every young sports person's development with sport?
Absolutely. This product should be not only in your kit bag, but definitely in the closet at home, waiting there for the time that you injure yourself. But not only that, it is just there for you to warm up and then repair afterwards.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, and we're going to be looking at sports injuries in one of our segments with you, which is great. What I'd like to focus on now, being a front row player back at school, back pain, back injury. I've seen with myself, with friends, with everyone I know, it is something that hits us all at some point. Back injury, why is it so common?
Back injury is, as a result, in particularly with contact sport, one of the most common ailments when it comes to sports injury. Also, in the long term, as people get on in life, your musculoskeletal disorders start to develop, and then it becomes a pain management issue. Deap heat is here for both things, and there is a science behind the legend called deap heat. Not only the smell, but what is inside it and what it does to your body when you apply it, it then starts to become effective.
Now, of course, we know with the back that it is the support structure for the entire body, and we can see how injuries can move from the neck down to the middle of the back, the lower back, as it almost tries to compensate. What you are saying, it sounds like we've got to be prepared when we go into these situations. If we're going to be training hard, we've got to make sure that our back muscles are warmed up and prepared, that we are applying something that is going to get it warmed up.
That is 100% correct, because the preparation before a match, and not only for a match, but in training, you need to have your body warmed up. The active ingredients, when applied to the skin, and in other words, transdermal action occurs and goes into the body, there is a warming sensation that is immediately felt, and that is where deap heat comes from. Warms pain away. It creates more circulation to the area that it has been applied to, and with that, your body is then put in a position where it can take a lot of strain.
Now, of course, the rub, that also brings the TLC element into play, especially with back injuries. You've got the massage action. You're going to have that tactile element as well.
Absolutely. It is very, very important to understand that when you are dealing with these kind of injuries or the application, it is tactile and it's touch therapy combined with the action of the product. And those two together create a scenario that your body can deal with in a better way than just leaving it alone and going ahead. The touch therapy is an important aspect, particularly when it comes to rub.
Well, thank you so much for getting me back on the horse during my time in the front row in those scrums. Deap heat was an essential tool that I know I used, and it's great to see other youngsters coming through the ranks and applying it as well. But Steve Mann, thank you so much. You've opened my eyes today.
It was a pleasure being here.